Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent. And if you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We got some moves. We got some moves coming up for Ripple. And what's really interesting about what I have for you today on the show to share is that one of the rumors in particular is really interesting that's going around at the moment. Now, make no mistake about it. The media will pick up something that's like a 1 out of 10 and try and make it a 10 out of 10. So I always want you to be very careful when it comes to what is being published by the media, because you got to remember who owns the media and the narrative that they are trying to tell you. They're trying to sell you. They use words like panic and chaos and disaster or a disastrous day for crypto. They use all these type of words. And so I want you to be careful when it comes to the media, because blockchain allows us to see what is really going on behind the scenes and not what is being told to you. For example, whales have been accumulating, and they've been accumulating for a long time. The whales don't want, for example, Bitcoin to drop below 20,000. They just simply don't want to. And they're going to buy. Whenever it drops toward that amount, they're going to buy to get it back up. They don't want it to drop below 20. So the ones that are saying we're going to go to 10,000, 11,000, it would literally crush the entire market, a $10,000 Bitcoin. It would literally crush the market. So if you're waiting for 10,000, I got news for you. It ain't going to happen, right? It's not financial advisor, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just explaining to you how the whales operate, how the whales work. So be very careful about how patient you are with your entry points. And I've said this time and time again. Be very careful with your entry points. And I was actually talking about it this morning. I received a text message, and it said, "What are your thoughts, right? In terms of entry points, like should I go in early, or should I wait for a better entry point?" And it's a great question, and it's probably one of the most common questions from the people that know me, that know Ivan, not Crypto Serpent. And when it comes to XRP, it's such a difficult question, because we are in the middle of a case. We are in the middle of the biggest crypto lawsuit which will probably ever happen, right? We're talking about $1 billion case. A case that Ripple has already spent $100 million in trying to get legal clarity. Because of that, at the slightest hint from the market that a big, massive positive news for Ripple is due to come out from the case, you won't be able to catch it. The market will just this thing will just fly, within minutes. That's how big of an impact it will be, because it'll be the first crypto to have legal clarity in the United States. It'll be huge. The headlines will be massive, and you won't be able to catch up. So I said, is there an opportunity to get a better entry? At the moment, yes, the market does look like it will go down before it goes up, right? So there is still the opportunities, right? Because we're at the moment in a window between 28,000 for Bitcoin and 20,000. And we are in that window at the moment. I don't care what anybody says. And so, is there an opportunity for a new entry, a better entry point than today? Yes. In my thoughts, yes, there is an opportunity for the market to go down and for you to get a better entry point. Myself, personally, I've always been like this, right? I've always said, I'd rather be in than be late. And that's always been my philosophy. Am I myself waiting to accumulate a little bit more at a better entry price? Yes, but I already have a bag that I'm very happy with when it comes to XRP. So I hope that helps you, because I know that it's on everybody's mind, right? What's the best entry? What's the best entry? What's the best entry? And look, I'd rather be in at, say, today's rate than wake up tomorrow, some major big news has come out from the case, and I'm having to buy it at ridiculous numbers. So I hope that helps you, because I know it's a very common question that gets asked. Now, the SEC amuses XRP holders at this one-line reply, and it was really interesting, right? I mean, it was very interesting that the kind of reply that SEC had towards Ripple. So plaintiff respectfully takes no position on defendant's motion to reopen fact discovery to serve non-party subpoenas to purpose of obtaining video recordings for authentication. Now that's it. That's all they said, right? And so it's really, really interesting how simplistic their reply was. But look, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. Whichever way you look at it, I don't see a way for them to win. And that's just being honest. Like, I don't see how they can win this thing. Now, Brad Sherman questions why SEC hasn't gone after crypto exchanges that had traded in XRP. And so that in itself is bringing up a lot of question marks. Now, why would the SEC not go after them? Why wouldn't they go after everybody that has ever dealt with Ripple XRP in the United States? Why? Why is it just Ripple? That's how insane this case is. I mean, if you know someone's guilty, wouldn't you go after everybody? You'd go after the exchanges. You'd go after companies that have dealt with Ripple throughout the last, 10 years. You'd go after everybody. But you know why they didn't go after anybody? Because they ain't going to win. They know they're not going to win. And that's the reality why they haven't gone after any money. Now, the latest to come out is that Ripple is exploring a buyout of Celsius assets. Ripple wants to buy Celsius assets, but Celsius has not responded to the matter. Can I please clarify with you all that this, for now, is a rumor? There has been no official word from Ripple. No official word from Ripple about this. We will keep a very close eye on what is going on here. It is huge. It is big. That Ripple is actively looking for opportunities to carry out mergers and acquisitions that will strategically scale the company. That is true. But is this just fluff, or is there actual genuine merit to what is being discussed? Who knows? Could be fluff. But let's see. Now, how do you prepare for a ballistic XRP price move? How would you prepare? Have you thought about how you would prepare? Let's say, for example, at the moment your dollar cost averaging in every month on a specific date, which I always recommend. So how would you prepare? What would you do? How would you go about it? If you haven't had this discussion with yourself, you should have this discussion with yourself. And it's going to take a lot of mental strength and discipline when this starts to go crazy. You're going to see a lot of Crypto Serpent videos when XRP does start to fly, because I don't want you to make mistakes. Because you've held, say, for example, right? Say you've held it from 2017 until now. Let's say this is the year that it goes ballistic, as this article suggests, right? I don't want you to have held XRP for 5 years only to sell at like $5, $6. To sell all of it at $5 or $6. Now, at the end of the day, you do what you want. Of course, right? I mean, it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just going to give you my 2 cents. Then you have to go away and figure out what you want to do for yourself. But it would be a pity for me to get a message one day to say, hey, I held for 5 years. I've sold at $7. I have made a lot of money. But my God, if only I had held for another 12 months. Those are the kind of discussions that we need to have when it does start to go off. Now, has it started to go off yet? No. So you still got time. You still got time to accumulate and all that. But I want you to start to have these discussions with yourself, because people hold a loss for a lot longer than they hold a profit. And that is statistically proven across Forex, across any types of trading, but especially in a volatile market like the crypto market is. People will hold a loss for like weeks and months and years. Yet as soon as they're just a little bit in profit, oh God, I'm in profit, boom. So I want you to get ready, because it's going to be hard. When you see the price that this thing is going to hit, it's going to be hard to hold. But I want you to hold. And at least hold some of it. Don't sell all of it. It's good to take profits. I want you to take profits, but don't sell all of it. So of course the Celsius news is making headlines. Is it going to be true? Is it not true? I guess time will tell, right? We'll find out. But all the news articles, everyone, it's on everybody's lips. Ripple's considering buying bankrupt crypto lender Celsius assets. Let's see. Could be fluff. Of course, we're going to talk about the price, what is going on, what is happening. But I want you to hear this, right? This is really, really interesting. And again, it goes back to the case and what happened back in 2020 when the news came out. And also 2018, the emails that came out, right? It had a huge impact on the price of Ethereum moving forward. No one can say that the Hinman 2018 email had a huge upside for Ethereum. But listen to this. Let's, where are we? Okay. Have a look at this.
Let's talk about some use cases and actually deploying Quorum in a production environment. So the first one is the Interbank Information Network. This is a network that's been formed by JP Morgan, and the goal here is really to minimize friction in cross-border payments. There are about 170 banks signed up to this network, and this was really born out of our analysis of the payments flow and how blockchain can be applied to daily payments. And what we realized was payments by themselves actually work fairly well, but when you look at cross-border payments, often what we saw was delays, from a couple of days to a number of weeks, specifically related to the sanctions screening process. So if I'm making a payment to someone in another country, there's actually no way that payment can go through directly. It has to go through a series of correspondent banks. And effectively, you end up with this daisy chain of correspondent banks communicating this payment information to each other. Let's talk about some use cases.
So it's really, really interesting the way that he breaks it down, right? And I mean, nobody does it better than Xrp when it comes to solving the on-demand liquidity problem of the world. Nobody. No one does it. And I could go on and on and on, and I'll show you this another time, but have a look at Digital Perspectives. If you don't follow him, but go check this out. It goes for 2 minutes and 38 seconds, talking about XRP as a currency token. But we know that, right? I mean, nobody does things the way that Ripple does. If you look at this, communications may touch upon what and how much was previously told or not told to market participants about the other digital assets that they are similar to XRP or XRP itself. That discovery may reveal what information the individual defendants and other market participants had in determining whether a digital asset was a security. I mean, are they trying to lose? Are they trying to lose? And like I said, this has been going on for such a long time. It is so long in the making, the sentimental win of this. I just simply cannot wait for that day to arrive. So where are we going? Because it's really, 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 really interesting at the moment where we're at with the marketplace. We know that the data came out positive. It was a positive, when it came to the inflation numbers, right? It was positive, which is good, right? I mean, you're seeing at the moment the prices go up. I mean, you've got Bitcoin at 7.41% up. You've got Ethereum 13% up for the day, 16% up for the week, heading almost towards the 2000s. We got Ripple at 38 cents, 5% up. And there's a lot of movement happening at the moment in the market. Whichever way you look at it, there's some big moves happening. You got VeChain at 12% almost, which I will be covering off VeChain very shortly on the channel. It's been a while in the making, but it's good to have it back on the channel and talk about it. So there's a lot going on. And so momentum breeds momentum. And like I said, we are in a window where we could see Bitcoin go all the way up to 28,000. But that would still be in a bearish window where it could come back down to 20,000. So I just want you guys to understand that Bitcoin going all the way to 28,000 does not mean that we're out of the bear market. It's all over. See you later. We're out of here. So I think we're going to be in the window between 28 and 20 for a long time. But in the short term, we could be seeing prices go up all the way almost to 80 cents. Almost. And then come back down and be in this window for a while. And I'm just being transparent with you guys, right? I mean, I'll tell you how it is. Of course, long term, nothing changes, right? I mean, the future looks extremely bright. You're just gonna have that patience because it is coming. It will come, but you gotta stick around, and that ultimately is the key here. You gotta stick around. Can we touch 40 cents? Yeah, we could touch 40 cents. We could even go as high as 70 cents. But we are still in a movement that could take some time to really show off its true colors. So be patient out there. Don't get discouraged if you see Bitcoin go to 28 and then come back down to 20, because it's all part of a bigger plan. So be patient. Hope you learned something new today. And if you did learn something new today, then don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you. Look forward to see you on the next one.